Hey guys, this is RG and I'm back with another video. Lately I've been making a lot of stock market videos. However, today I wanted to shift focus and talk about personal finance. Last week, as part of JP Morgan's quarterly earnings report, they announced that they will now be requiring a credit score of at least 700 and a 20% down payment from borrowers wanting to secure a home loan from Chase. This reminded me of the importance of having good credit and maintaining a high credit score. So today I want to go over 3 things that will help you secure a high credit score. Now, before I get into this, I just wanted to say that a credit score is a number that typically ranges from 300 to 850 that depicts a consumer's credit worthiness. The higher the credit score, the more attractive the borrower becomes to potential creditors. A credit score is based on credit history, which can include a number of variables including number of open accounts, total levels of debt, and repayment history. Lenders use credit scores to evaluate the probability that an individual will repay a loan in a timely manner. Keep in mind that a credit score plays a key role in a lender's decision to offer credit. Based on my experience, a credit score of 760 or above is considered excellent and will allow you to qualify for the best rates. Typically, anything above 700 is considered to be good. Anything below 700 will probably prevent you from securing the best deals out there. Now, there are 3 main credit bureaus: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. You want to make sure that you review all 3 credit reports to make sure that you have a comprehensive understanding of your overall credit situation. You are entitled to a free credit report once a year from each of the credit bureaus, and they are available by going to www.annualcreditreport.com. Now, it has been my personal experience that although you can get a free copy of your credit report, you will usually be required to pay for your FICO scores, so please keep this in mind. Nevertheless, if you want to review your free credit reports, feel free to review this site. Now, personally, I have been able to secure a credit score of over 800 by following a few simple steps, and I wanted to share these tips with you. Now, I want to be completely transparent with you. I am not a financial or credit expert, but I wanted to share these tips with you because I oftentimes hear a lot of misinformation from so-called experts. Tip number 1 is pay your bills on time. This is absolutely critical to maintaining good credit and a high credit score. When lenders review your credit report and request a credit score for you, they want to know how reliable you are in paying your bills off on time. That's because past payment performance is usually considered a good predictor of future performance. You can maintain a good credit score by paying off all your bills on time every single month. Now, keep in mind that late payments will negatively affect your credit score. It's also a good idea to use resources and tools available to you, such as automatic payments or calendar reminders, to help ensure you pay on time every month. If you're behind on any payments, bring them up to date as soon as possible. Although late or missed payments appear as negative information on your credit report for up to 7 years, their impact on your credit score declines over time. Older late payments have less effect than more recent ones, so please keep this in mind. Tip number 2 is reduce the number of credit inquiries on your report. Opening a new credit line can increase your overall credit limit, but the act of applying for credit creates a hard inquiry on your credit report. Too many hard inquiries can negatively impact your credit score, though this effect will fade over time. Hard inquiries will remain on your credit report for about 2 years. My rule of thumb is that I don't apply for any credit unless it is absolutely necessary. I typically try to have no more than 1 hard inquiry at any one point in time, but keep in mind that many people out there have multiple inquiries, which does damage your credit score overall. Now, the next one I feel is the most important one on the list, simply because many people oftentimes forget about it. I think it's incredibly underrated nowadays. Number 3, pay off debt and keep balances low on credit cards and other revolving credit. This is a huge one. Personally, I have noticed that whenever there is any type of increase in my credit utilization, my score begins to drop almost immediately. My personal tip is that you should try to completely eliminate all debt unless it's absolutely necessary, and keep your balances low. This is critical. Keeping your balances low, I feel, is incredibly underrated nowadays. This is typically referred to as your credit utilization ratio. It is calculated by adding all your credit card balances at any given time and dividing the amount by your total credit limit. For example, if you typically charge about $2,000 each month and your total credit limit across all your cards is $10,000, your credit utilization ratio would be 20%. Now, according to my research, lenders typically like to see low ratios of 30% or less, and people with the best credit scores oftentimes have very low credit utilization ratios. In fact, personally, I wouldn't recommend a credit utilization ratio above 5% if you really want to keep your score high. I usually keep my balance at 0%, but I have noticed that when my credit utilization ratio goes above 3%, my credit score begins to drop anywhere from 3 to 5 points. So keeping your utilization ratio low is very important. If you notice, my credit score actually dropped 2 points simply because my credit utilization ratio increased from 0 to 1%, which is crazy to me. A low credit utilization ratio tells lenders you haven't maxed out your credit cards and likely know how to manage credit well. Those are my 3 tips to maintaining a high credit score. They're very important. Now keep in mind that you should also dispute any inaccuracies on your credit reports. Everyone should review their credit reports at least once a year for inaccuracies, including identity theft. Keep in mind that you should check all 3 credit reporting bureaus: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Incorrect information on your credit reports could drag your scores down. Verify that the accounts listed on your credit reports are correct. If you see errors, dispute the information and get it corrected right away. Monitoring your credit on a regular basis can help you stop inaccuracies before they do damage to your score. Nowadays, there are also a variety of apps and websites that allow you to review your credit reports, such as Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, and Credit.com. These are all good sources for checking your credit, although their credit score appears to be a little bit less reliable based on customer reviews. Nevertheless, they have worked well for me and I would recommend them for anyone who may want to check their credit. In summary, my 3 tips are to: number 1, pay your bills off on time; number 2, avoid having too many hard inquiries on your credit report; and number 3, keep your balances low. This is a very underrated one. Also, make sure that you review your credit report at least once a year for any inaccuracies. Personally, I have noticed that these 3 things can really help you achieve a high credit score. In my case, Credit.com rated my account mix as a C-, and my credit age was graded as only a B. However, I was still able to keep my score relatively high by making all of my payments on time and reducing the number of hard inquiries on my credit report, as well as maintaining low balances overall. Even though I don't have any real blemishes on my credit report, I have never been able to get my credit score significantly over 810. Also, I just wanted to let you all know that a handful of years ago, I applied for a home loan and was approved with no problems. In my experience, my Vantage score has been very similar to my FICO score, but please keep in mind that some people have indicated that these credit scoring methodologies are not always accurate and sometimes they can be very different, so it's something to keep in mind. Nevertheless, I have had good luck with them. That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, please feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'll see you guys on the next one.